HSC Board, Maharashtra State, English Yuvakbharati for 12th standard, The Inchcape Rock. The Inchcape Rock is a poem written by Robert Southey. The central idea of the poem is as follows. The central idea of the poem, The Inchcape Rock. The Inchcape Rock near the coast of Scotland was a great danger to the ships moving in that part of the ocean. Abbot of Aberbrothock, a kind-hearted fellow, had fixed an Inchcape bell on that rock with the help of an anchored float. The ringing of Inchcape bell used to warn the sailors about the Inchcape Rock and thereby saved their boats as well as life. So people used to appreciate the abbot. Sir Ralph, a wicked fellow, was jealous of the abbot. So one day he cut off the bell and the bell sank in the sea. After cutting off the bell, Sir Ralph went on a long voyage. When after a long time he returned, due to thick mist, he couldn't see anything. His boat dashed on the Inchcape Rock and sank. Thus, his wicked act boomeranged on him and he died. The Inchcape Rock. No stir in the air, no stir in the sea. The ship was as still as she could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell. They did not move the Inchcape bell. The abbot of Aberbrothock had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock. On a buoy in the storm it floated and swung, and over the waves its warning rung. When the rock was hit by the surge swell, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock and blessed the abbot of Aberbrothock. Now the difficult words. Inchcape Rock. Inchcape Rock was a notorious sandstone reef about 11 miles off the east coast of Scotland. Stir means movement. Still means motionless. Motion means movement. And keel means a long piece of wood or metal at the bottom of a boat that stops it falling over sideways in water. Abbot means head of religious community, Mathadhipati or Dharmaguru or monk. Aberbrothock, it is the name of a large town. Buoy means anchored float indicating presence of dangerous reef below. Surge, here it means high tide. Swell, here it means large amount of water. Mariners means sailors or khalashi in Marathi. Perilous means very dangerous. Blessed means blessed. Here it means they used to thank abbot. The sun in heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance in their sound. The buoy of the Inchcape bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. His eyes was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my men, put out the boat, and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I shall plague the abbot of Aberbrothock. And now, friends, let us see the meanings of the difficult words in this particular part of the poem. Speck means a tiny dot. Rover means a person who spends time wandering. Mirthful means full of joy. Wickedness means evilness. Morally wrong asana. Quoth means said. Plague, it is actually a contagious bacterial disease, but here plague means causing pain or giving trouble. The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat, and he cut the bale from the Inchcape float. Down sung the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't blaze the abbot of Aberbrothock. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scoured the seas for many a day, and now grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. So thick a haze overspreads the sky, they cannot see the sun on high. The wind hath blown a gale all day, at evening it hath died away. Gurgling sound means making broken irregular sound. Scoured, here it means he travelled freely, energetically for robbing the ships. Plundered store means big amount of looted wealth. Steers means direct the course of the ship. Haze means mist or dhuka in Marathi. Hath means it is an old way to say has or have. Gale means very strong wind. On the deck the rover takes his stand. So dark it is they see no land. Quoth Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar? For methinks we should be near the shore. Now where we are I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. They hear no sound, the swell is strong. Though the wind hath fallen, they drift along, till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. O Christ, it is the Inchcape rock. Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair. He cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in every side. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. A sound as if with the Inchcape bell, the devil below was ringing his knell. And now, friends, the meanings of the difficult words. Methinks means it seems to me. Drift means move slowly. Tore his hair means pulled his hair hard. Cursed means cursed or abused. शिव्या दिल्या. despair, hopelessness. Knell, the sound of a bell rung after death or at funeral.